Okay, let's hope this works. All right, you guys. So here we have our data set, 0 through 8. And the first thing you're going to do is find the mean, which you already know how to do. And yes, they did it for you. But let's just look anyway. So you know that if you cross off the outsides, boom, 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 you're going to get to the middle eventually. And we end up with 3 and 4, right? So we have to add 3 plus 4. You get 7. Divide it by 2. You're going to get the middle of 3 and 4, which is 3.5. How did I do that? Well, I know that 0.5 is half. So halfway between 3 and 4 is going to be 3 and a half, 3.5. It also, did it say it on your book? It did not. All right, so median is 3.5. Okay, look up here. This is where things are going to get different than watching your book. What that did was split our data in half. Okay, which we already know it did that, right down the middle. So everything below the median is one set, and everything above the median is the next set. Now, I want to find the middle of just the red data, just what's underlined in red. I want to find the median of that. That's why I said the median of the median. Okay, now that gets confusing. So we don't actually call it the median, we call it the first quartile. So look at the red, and if we did that same process of finding the median of just the red underlined numbers, you'd end up with a 1 and 2 in the middle. If you add them together, you get 3. Divide by 2, you get 1.5. So the median of just the red numbers is 1.5. We don't call it the median, we call it the first quartile, or Q1. So the middle of just this set, everything lower than the median, is 1.5. We're going to do the exact same thing for the blue underlined numbers, the upper half. Okay, so again, you're going to cross off the outsides until you get to the middle. This one's between 6 and 7. So you know to find the median, you can add 6 plus 7, which is 13. 13 divided by 2 gets you 6.5. Excellent. So the median of just the blue numbers, underlined numbers, is 6.5. But we don't call that the median. Then we'd have a median, median, and median. That's confusing. This is the third quartile. Now, it's not written up here. What would be the second quartile? Just say it. What would be the second quartile? Yeah. We call it the median because we already found it. But really, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. What does that mean? Well, if I draw a line like this, I have 3 lines. How many sections of data do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of data. Okay. And what that means is this data is 1/4 of all our numbers, the lower ones. The upper one is 1/4 of all our data. Okay. And the middle would be 1/4 and 1/4 again. But what is 1/4 plus 1/4? 2/4, which if you simplify it, it is not 1.5, 1/2. Okay. Think of quarters, you guys. 25 cents, 25 cents, 25 cents, 25 cents. If you put the two 25 cents together in the middle, you'd have 50 cents, which is half a dollar. Okay. So half of our data is in the middle. The middle, which is a measure of, for a basketball shot, a measure of what? What do we call that? Last week, not measures of variation. That's what your quartiles are. But the middle half of our data. It's the middle of our data here. We call that measures of, nay? Yes, measures of center. Look at all that data in the center of our set. I'm going to make it really easy for you in just a moment, okay? I'm going to let Nay shoot first. Go ahead. Oh, that was almost a good bank off there. it's very bouncy being a squishy ball. All right. So quartiles, there you have it. Now let's talk about something else. Okay. Let's get rid of these pieces because we're not going to need them for this part. So we found our median. We found the median of our first set of data, which is Q1, quartile 1. We found the median of our second data, which is quartile 3. Okay. Let's go back to our words here, our vocab words. So the two words we did not cover yet are range and interquartile range, or IQR. So first you want to know range. That's the easy one. The difference between the greatest and least data values. So in this, our least data in the whole thing is a 0, and our greatest is a, so we want to know the difference. Difference means subtract. All you do is take the biggest number and minus the smallest number in your set. What's 8 minus 0? 8. So our range of data is 8. Going from the smallest number in our data to the biggest number in our data, it is 8. Pretty easy, okay? Now, there's another type of range called the interquartile range. And the reason that this is different is it's still the range, but we're talking about the quartiles now. What does inter mean? What does inter mean? Say it. Inside, interquartile, inside the quartiles. Here's your first quartile. Here's your second quartile. I want to know the range in there. Okay, so what's my bigger quartile? What number do I have for the third quartile? 6.5. What's my first quartile? All you're doing is subtracting the first and the third quartile to find out the range in here. So 5 minus 5 is 0. Decimal. 6 minus 1 is 5. So the range of the interquartile, or IQR, interquartile range, is 5. Relax. It's going to be really easy. Look at number 1. Page 830, number 1. Okay? They did most of it for you, but I still want you to follow along. So we have to find the variations of the data. So first they want you to find the range. The range is the biggest number in our data. So if you look at here, cheetah is the biggest, it's 70 miles per hour. And the slowest or the lowest number is the spider, and it's 1. I'm going to subtract those two to find out the range of my data. 69 miles per hour. There it is. The range is 69 miles per hour. Easy, okay? Now let's find the quartiles, the median, the quartiles, and the quartile range. So first is, I know you've got it on your book, but you're still going to work with me on mine. All right, first let's find they already put them in order, right? So all we have to do is find the median. Cross that one out, cross that one out, cross that one out, cross that one out. We have 2 in the middle. 25 plus 30 is 55. 55 divided by 2 is how much? You guys, it's on your book. 27.5 is our median. Okay? Which means now we have 2 groups of numbers. Everything below the median and everything above the median. So everything below the median, let's find our median in that blue lined area. So you can cross off the outsides, you end up with 8. 8 is not called the median, it's called Q1 or quartile 1. How about the red underlines? What's the median? Yeah, you guys saw that easy, right? If we crossed off 30 and we cross off 50, that leaves, 70. That leaves 50 in the middle, which gives us our quartile 2. So really we're finding a median, and then we're using the median of the smaller and the median of the bigger numbers, and that's it. Okay? Oh, 3, thank you. Q3, you're right. All right, so now let's find the interquartile range. What's the biggest? What's quartile 3? What's quartile 1? Subtract and you get. So we know the range of the whole data set was 69 miles per hour. The median is 27.5. Quartile 1 is 8, quartile 3 is 50, and the interquartile range, IQR, is 42. Okay? What time are we done here? We got like 2 more minutes. All right, I'm going to show you one more example. We're just going to do quartiles. That's it, because that's what your homework is. You're not finding ranges on homework. So this problem is not in your book. This problem is not in your book. All right, so first thing we got to do is find the median of this data. So we have to put them in. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are so concerned with his backpack. You should be up here where your homework is going to be. So I will write them down for you in order. Find a spot on your book. You have that green space there to write in. That's probably a good, easy spot to write. So I need you to write down 71, 89, 90, 92, 92 again, 94, and 95. There is our data in order from least to greatest. No, this is another example. Okay, quickly, let's find the median. Cross off the outsides. We end up in the middle with 92. So just put an M. 92 is our median. Okay, I'm actually going to get rid of my crossed out pieces so it's not as messy for you guys to see. But 92 was our median, which means we're going to look at these three numbers and these three numbers that are above the median. We don't include the median. What's below it, what's above it. So looking at below it, what's the median of the underlined red numbers? That should be easy. There's three numbers. 89's in the middle. It's not median, it's quartile 1. And let's go up to the blue. 94, it's not median, it's quartile 3. Technically, that's quartile 2. Median and quartile 2 are the same. Nope, we're not doing that for homework. Just that right there is all you need. Okay?